Give it to me like.
Hey rookies, what's up? Welcome to another edition of the Bourbon Rookie, where today I'm going to be tasting a nice find. I was surprised to find this in a local liquor store. Widow Jean Paradigm Rye, named after John Wick. No, what was that? John Wick Paradigm. That's the third one. Yeah, I was looking for a Bardstown. And it's like one of those things where the store was closing, and I had like a minute to peruse the shelves, and I just popped out right in front of me, and I was like, let's give it a shot. And it was 45, I think it was 45 bucks, if I remember. It's inexpensive. It's a 93 proof entry for them, which, you know, most of this stuff is it's 90 proof, except, well, there's a 113, I think, which is the, whatever, but what the hell is the name of that? Whatever, you guys can look it up. You can make fun of people. I don't really do a lot of research. You know, sometimes I just want to get into the review, and I get lazy. You know, but hey. Sometimes when I watch videos and guys put up like, you know, too much info, I kind of zone out because I don't really care. I just want to know if it tastes good. And sometimes, yeah, the mash bills you want to know just because you want to see, you know, the variations. Like, you want to see, like, with a mash bill, if it's supposed to be rye, it's supposed to be 51% rye. If it's supposed to be bourbon, 51% bourbon. We all know that, right? But you want to see what, like, the different percentages and the different ways that they blend or, you know, distill makes a difference. So that I kind of get. But I always want to hear, like, hey, this is 200 years old, man. You know, like the Widow Jean thing is like, hey, we're in Brooklyn, yay, cool Brooklyn, bougie Brooklyn, and we proof everything with limestone water that we found in a well. Okay, but still, you're getting your bourbon sourced. So, but anyway, this is a rye, and you know, I wax on because, like I said, sometimes you want to be like your drinking buddy, where you tune in, you get like a 2-minute video. Although sometimes it's too short, you want a little bit more from the guy. Okay, batch 1, bottle number 974, bottled in 2022. Blend of straight rye whiskeys aged in New American oak barrels, and of course made with pure limestone mineral water from the legendary Rosendale Mines of New York. So there you go. There's the gimmick. Anything else? Straight rye from New York, Kentucky, Indiana. Finished with our unique mineral water. Okay. Did all that already. The Paradigm is our signature rye whiskey. Round, creamy, spicy, and impossibly complex. Deserving of your attention. Neat, yet generous in a rye old fashioned. Alright, so that's everything that you got on the bottle. And if I remember correctly with this, I think at one point you can only get that if you went to the distillery. And their distillery in Brooklyn, they do give tours. It's like $25. So I mentioned, because I did a couple of reviews on Widow Jane, and I mentioned that I wanted to get to a tour. I just haven't done it yet. Now's the time, because New York, you know, with New York weather, it's getting better. All right, so interestingly enough, it started off. There's some additional quality to this. There's a nice caramel. There's a little bit of a spearmint. That's all that's jumping out. Maybe a little banana, which is a little weird. Maybe that's just me, kids. A little bit of ethanol on the nose. It's got a good nose. Ooh, very bready. It's like a gingerbread. That's good. That's good. You know what? That's good. And you know what makes it even better? The fact that it was like $45, $46. Or let's put it this way, for my market, less than 50. When I think the cheapest offering they had is $67. Is it the 10-year? Anyway, the cheapest is I think is the 10-year for 67 that I've seen. Nose on this is good. Just got a little bit of cinnamon. That's why I went back for another sniff. This is good, guys. If you see this in the store, it's a definite recommend. It's a definite buy. You can't beat that rye for $45. This is just fantastic. 93 proof. It's in a decent wheelhouse. Wow. This might be my favorite Widow Jane. I'm not a huge rye guy, but this might be my favorite Widow Jane. So there's a signature butteriness to this, which I find in the other Widow Jane lines. It's like a creamy, buttery texture, which I guess could be from the oils, from the barrel, the American oak barrels. There's a distinct butteriness to this. This is good oil. Wait a minute, I'm not even in the. Sorry, guys. Don't mind the logo. But if you're interested, I do have merch. Just DM me. Yeah, so there's good oils. The color is light, you know, in my opinion. And again, it's gingerbready. It's like a gingerbread, cinnamon, slight spearmint on the palate. And maybe a little bit of a banana. Maybe I'm getting that banana, that part of that gingerbready type, like a banana bread, gingerbread, baking spice thing. This is a pleasant surprise. In my opinion, a must buy. So, with that, I was going to do a review on this guy that I got at the Long Island Spirits, Whiskey and Spirits Festival, Fort Hamilton. If you're not from New York, you know the then you wouldn't know necessarily Fort Hamilton is next door to. Fort Hamilton's actually a military base. It's an army base, basically. It's also an area in Brooklyn, which is not too far away from the Widow Jane's in Red Hook. Probably about 15 to 20 minute drive, depending upon traffic from each other. I mean, with traffic, shit, it could even be an hour. But the Fort Hamilton, apparently, a lot of their stuff is distilled in the same fashion as Widow Jane, because a lot of their distiller used to work with Widow Jane, used to be involved with Widow Jane. So I'm not 100% sure. I have a whole thing here. I was going to do a review on this, but then when I found the Widow A, and I have info here, we'll get to that later in another video. Maybe I'll just do it as a live stream. If I can do a live stream, maybe Saturday. We'll do it Saturday, because I started working and I'm working, so I wasn't able to do as many videos as I used to. But we'll get into a live stream. We'll do like a little side by side and see which you know, because that's their rye. And if let's see, this is just. They also do tours. Fort Hamilton Distillery. Close to where my cousin lives. Not too bad. It doesn't really give a lot of info. This is just for basically a flyer for the tours, which I want to do. This just gives like a history. This is aged 5 years, distilled in New York. And my eyes are going, so I'll get back to you on that. But the Fort Hamilton is supposed to be the distillers from Widow Jane, the old distillers. There's definitely was some kind of relationship there, so maybe we'll just do a head-to-head on these two ryes, or maybe we'll get into a couple of different things with the live stream. But anyway, I waxed on too long. If you see this, the Paradigm, this is by far my favorite Widow Jane, and quite honestly, for the price, it's just I couldn't be more pleased. So definitely, if you see it in your local liquor store, pick it up. And with that, guys, tune in Saturday for live stream. With that, stay frosty.